So in your free time, would you say what percentage do you spend with Americans or non-Chinese?
It's, 1 week I will took maybe 2 hours to meet with my mentor.
Uh-huh.
So it's, I think over 90% I will stay with Chinese and another 10% I will stay with
American
with
non-Chinese.
non-Chinese at free time.
Good. Okay. What are some things that you've done with, you say you spend about 10%.
Yeah.
Could you give me an example of something you might do with them, just for fun?
Like most of the time I talk with my mentor and we may talk about the current news, talk about the education system, or he will introduce me some like vocabulary or some interesting here, or I will ask him something I didn't know when I read on the newspaper. Yeah.
So a lot of conversation.
Sure, conversation.
Okay, good. Just one question. When you say mentor, is that someone the school assigned to you, or is it someone you met?
No, it's from a church organization.
Oh, okay.
But when I come, he become my mentor. Every week, if I stay in Lincoln, we go to meet maybe.
That's good. That must be a good relationship.
Yeah.
Do you teach him some Chinese?
In fact, not. I and Mark, I think most of the time we talk some very serious
conversation.
Yeah, serious conversations.
Good. Well, it sounds very beneficial, to have someone to ask questions to and talk about different
He is
topics.
A knowledgeable person. I'm very respectful for him. He teach me how to make a good conversation.
Good. So, kind of related to that, you were talking about you spend about maybe 10% of your time with non-Chinese friends. And maybe Mark you spend
one of them.
One of them.
Yeah.
And do you, over the 2 years that you've been here, do you feel that you have tried to put effort into making friends with non-Chinese people?
I make some non-Chinese friends from Malaysia and Japan, but my Japanese friends have been back to Japan. But Malaysia friend, I think we still maybe keep in touch. But I think I have one very good American friend, but he is so busy, so we just keep working class or free time maybe because my free time may be too boring. I just keep reading and do something,
Relaxing. Maybe.
Not relaxing, maybe just keep reading and do some ordinary skills, maybe boring something like trying writing or running or some kind of thing.
Well, I know college life is very busy, and so it's hard to.
It's hard to
find a lot of free time. Okay. And do you live on campus or do you live off campus?
I'm living campus.
You are. So you've lived the full 2 years on campus.
Yeah, full 1.5
years. And why did you decide to do that instead of living off campus?
You mean why I didn't try to live off campus? Most of Chinese or foreign I know want to live off campus for two things. First is cheap price.
Yes.
And second is they can cook by themselves.
Yeah.
But for me, the first thing I think it's not so convenient. I took a long time on the way. And second is about food. I can suitable or I don't care about this question, so I can not suffer. I mean. I still,
deal with.
I can handle and deal with this problem. So.
Yeah. So one thing is transportation cost, meaning it's just nicer to be on campus.
I want to save time.
Yeah, save some time.
Save time.
And the other thing is the food is not great, but also not so bad.
Not so bad. Or even, person so care about what I eat. I mean, if I can eat well, that's good. But if
so, you find things that you like.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good. And in terms of campus life, school or anything, what is one of the best things about UNL that you like the most?
I think it's campus culture. Campus culture. This maybe this is closer related to the Lincoln city's culture, because all the American students I know here is very friendly and open for international students, but I hear some different story happening and
to different people.
happening in different states. Most of Americans are very friendly, but
so Lincoln seems
Lincoln
more comfortable. People are accept
different thing, different culture, different person, different idea. Yeah.
Good, good. Well, that's nice to hear. And then on the opposite side of that, what is one thing about UNL that you would like to see change or improve?
I don't like full exam one session.
Final exam?
Yeah, final exam, because I'm not a person who good at exam or who good at take part in test. My grade always.
We'll try to change that.
Maybe not all the time, but different person have different situation, but I still learn a lot from class. So.
Okay, and then I have two very similar questions.
Okay.
One, could you tell me what is the most convenient thing about living on campus at UNL? What is the thing that makes your life easier? And also, what is the thing that you miss the most about Jiao Tong City Campus that was very convenient there that doesn't happen here?
For me, the very convenient thing is when living in the Samsung aesthetic, I don't need to exchange clothes at night. I can
you come down in your night clothes
and the campus is, I mean, the CBA is also very close to the building, and all the things was supplied, and I can when I have question, I can email my professor. Everything is very convenient. I think all the system is for support students to study well. So
good. So everything kind of just flows, and it's easy to get to people, and it's easy to contact them.
Yeah.
Good. And what is the thing that you miss?
Miss maybe there didn't have so many Chinese books here. I mean, I am a person who likes reading, but I know there are a lot of books I can read, but reading is kind of tough thing. This heavy and all is English is.
Yeah. Exhausting.
It's hard reading, but I think this is just a kind of personal experience, not kind of common sense.
Okay. So the last question or statement actually, is there anything that you would like to tell future UNL students? Any advice? Anything you'd like to tell them?
The future from the
exchange
or transfer student. Work hard on vocabulary and English.
Before you come.
Yeah, before you come. You cannot good at the major class, but you must good at English. Or because when you come to come to United States, you have to use English to do every kind of problem. Even the key problem is I learned from my mentor is conversations didn't mean you need you have to use a lot of exist or kind of the correct or suitable words to express your meaning. You only using is make sure your listeners understand what you're talking about.
So I think you're saying that academic vocabulary is important, but also conversational vocabulary. And so just kind of any vocabulary that you can study and learn before you come, you'll be more prepared.
Yeah, this thing is, and the second thing is most important is to make sure is you want to come or your parents want you to come.
Good point.
This is the point is maybe if just your parents want you to come, when you come, maybe you didn't have the passion or motivation
Very
to
good
study.
advice.
But if it's, when you first come here, I am better, but I know some friends, they just suffer life,
Yeah.
The time is hard. Even I think it's convenient, everything is
Yeah.
interesting, but for them, this kind of lack of nightmare.
I agree. Yeah, good. So remember, make sure it's up to you. It's your choice.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.